These are all the different materials that you can build a patio cover or a pergola out of here in Arizona, and I'm going to touch on the products that we carry and why we carry them. So what I'm holding in my hands here, this is called roll-formed aluminum. You may have heard of Alumawood, Elite Wood, or Weatherwood, and they are going to be the maker of this type of product. If you look at it closely, it has a wood grain texture, vinyl end caps, and it is hollow. It's a thinner gauge than some of the other products on the market, but it's a great product. We do many structures with roll-formed aluminum, but there are limitations on post-to-post spans, not being able to do cantilevers with roll-formed. So what I'm holding here is an extruded aluminum 8x8 post by 4K aluminum. So this is extremely high quality aircraft grade extruded, and it's basically got the strength of steel but has the lightweight aspect that aluminum offers. And what's also neat about extruded, at least with this particular product by 4K, is it has a really high-end powder coat, and it does have a smooth texture. So it's a bit more contemporary and modern than the roll-formed aluminum, since this one in particular doesn't have the wood grain. There's things that you can do with this that you just can't do with roll-formed aluminum. Up to 33-foot spans between posts, and with extruded aluminum, you're able to do cantilever structures. This here is just a 2x10 beam from 4K. So this is what gets used for the cantilever supports, or maybe a perimeter frame kit on a more contemporary structure with your traditional 4 posts. So at Sonoran Shade, we have 2 different solid roof choices. What you're going to see here in my left hand is the non-insulated flat pan. So this particular structure with our manufacturer comes in 8-inch pans, and they kind of have a standing seam system where they lock together from the top. This is what you see from underneath, and this is it for the top. There's nothing that covers this. There's nothing that fills it in. It's just basically a sheet metal roof that is made by our manufacturer. And then what you have here is called an IRP panel. So an IRP panel is an insulated roof panel. It has aluminum both top and bottom. It comes in a variety of different colors, and whichever color you choose, it's the same on both sides. And our standard panel is 3 inches thick. So this is 3 inches of 1.5 pounds per square inch EPS building foam. And the nice thing about these insulated roof panels is they come in 4-foot widths with lengths up to 24 feet. And in the center of any of those 4-foot panels, we can have a pre-installed electrical raceway, which can be used to add wiring for fans, for lights. And there's no necessary conduit to be installed on top, since everything's running inside. And each of those channels can hold up to 75 pounds. So, we definitely prefer the insulated roof. It helps with radiant heat, the sound of rain, hail damage. Even if it does get dented, you will only see that from the top, not the bottom. Whereas the non-insulated flat pan definitely gets damage if you have some good size hail. And this one here comes with a really nice gutter system that's built in with built-in leaf guards, downspouts, and everything like that. The flat pan also comes with a gutter system, but it's just a little bit more difficult to clean. It doesn't have any leaf guard systems built in. And I've had customers tell me in the past that with that system, when they're in there trying to clean it out with their hands, they end up getting cuts and scrapes against their fingers because you're rubbing against a piece of raw metal. So those are just a couple of the reasons we like the IRP panel for all of our solid patio covers. Another really neat feature with this one in particular, which is something most people don't think about when they're looking at building an aluminum patio cover, especially if you have a 2-story, but this is a structural panel. You can have 2 or 3 people up on top of it walking around, whereas with the flat pan, you just fall right through. So when it comes time to paint your 2-story house, your painter can get on top of this ceiling, paint the house, not have to worry about a 20-foot extension sprayer from the ground trying to paint without getting on top of the flat pan. So we don't build any of our structures out of wood, and there's a few different reasons for that. I mean, in Arizona, the dryness and the brutal sun, it'll just destroy wood in a number of years. Even if you get something nice like cedar or redwood, the moisture just gets sucked out of it by this dry heat that we have. And so you're going to get warping, twisting, cracking, water damage depending on, you know, how it's oriented. You know, I see a lot of like bottom of posts that get water damage just because when it rains, it kind of goes down by the post and just kind of rests there. With wood, you have to be worried about subterranean termites. And so, of course, you know, I've never seen a termite that ate aluminum before. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you'd like to schedule a free in-home design consultation. At this consultation, we'll come out, we'll sit down with you, we'll do a to-scale drawing of the space that you're wanting to cover. We can go over the different product options that we have and help you design something that's going to fit your needs and your space the best so that you can get many years of enjoyment out of the shade structure.